Hello, Talk Labor fans. This is Jerry Williams again, and we got a lot we want to talk about, including the lawsuit that we've just won. But I want to talk to you about some things that you need to stand up about. Stop laying down, pretending like you're afraid. Well, you probably are afraid. You shouldn't be afraid. But the way police are going, carrying on in the city of Chicago and around the country. These guys are doing what they're doing because they want to have total control. They want you to beg them to come in and shoot your people and do whatever they want to do. Okay, it may sound like far-fetched, but it's not. This is the way it's been based for a long time. This is why they don't do their job. I'm going to show you a couple of clips of cops, just coming in and doing what they just kill, murder, when it comes to black. Then I'm going to show you a clip of what a policeman is supposed to do and how, in a real case, on how they're supposed to address African Americans and other races the same as they do the Caucasian race. They do this to try to divide us. Believe me, folks, it's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about Asian. It's about people with the money trying to control all of us. And the way you control us is have us fight each other. And look, those Negroes are trying to take over your world. And look, these white people are trying to, no, we're not going to do that. America is a great country. We know it's a great country. What we're going to do, we're going to focus our eyes on people like that orange-haired guy that we kicked out and the people that follow him. They're following him like a cult. They don't know any better. But the vast majority of Americans, black, white, Asian, brown, everything, is totally opposite of that. But I'm going to show you these clips right now. And take a look at them. I'm going to come back, then I want to show you the police, how it definitely should be handled. Take a look.
And from Minnesota, National Guard troops in place tonight for a protest in response to a recent police shooting. Demonstrators are calling for the immediate firing and prosecution of the officer who shot and killed a 22-year-old black man. His name was Amir Locke, and he was asleep just before 7 Wednesday morning when a Minneapolis SWAT team entered the apartment with guns drawn. Now, in police body cam video that was released, Locke is seen lying on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, holding a gun. Officers opened fire about 9 seconds after entering that apartment.
He was executed by the NPD, and I want the police officer that murdered my son to be prosecuted and fired.
Okay, did you see that? That's what I'm talking about. It should never happen, but it happens all the time. Now I want to show you a clip of a police in a situation, much worse than this. But he handles it the way he's supposed to. I always say that, the police should look like the people that they serve, for the most part. So take a look at this one. You see what I'm talking about, how a police should handle situations like this.
The "We Call Police" sign on the front door of this Harvey Corner store, clearly not enough to keep some trouble away. So when this teen enters, he's unaware one customer is off-duty Harvey police officer Marcus Patterson.
It's a shame that our children has replaced PlayStation 5 joysticks with AR-15s.
That's Officer Patterson wearing the black and orange hoodie. While at the counter, he overhears the teen exchanging words with a customer. Then the officer witnesses something more serious.
At which time he brandished a weapon from his inside coat pocket. He basically pulled it out and asked the person, "You know what it is. You know what it is, bag up." And anywhere in America, that's considered a threat.
Officer Patterson figures he'll approach the guy outside. Yet once outside at the corner of 154th and Center,
there was a car outside waiting for him. And there was multiple juveniles inside that car.
When Patterson goes back inside, his gun is drawn. And just as the teen grabs the bag, he throws his hands up in the air. But as he does, watch as a gun drops to the floor, the same weapon he's been hiding in his jacket. And look at the extended clip on the weapon.
He went down to retrieve it.
And despite the boy still reaching for the gun, Patterson refrains from firing.
I believe if you had 10 officers in the same situation, 60% of them would have shot him.
The 18-year Harvey veteran credits his training and compassion, leading to the mayor awarding him with honors.
It was service above self.
It's not just shoot first and ask questions later.
I pray for that young man. I hope he's learned from his transgressions, that he had a second opportunity in life,
And Patterson is grateful he lived to talk about it.
that I could have killed a 14-year-old. That would have bothered me.
Now, Officer Patterson points out that he didn't learn that it was a 14-year-old until after he made the arrest, and tells me once in cuff, the teenager kept saying, "Hey, I'm just a kid." But Patterson says he was a kid with a loaded gun, and who knows what he was going to do with that weapon. Live in the Streetside studio tonight, Jermont Terry. Erica?
Now, did you notice how he handled that? Like a professional. And that's the way it's supposed to be. He handled it just like a professional. I want to really just give him all the credit in the world for the way he handled that. He could have shot and killed him, just like these other guys. He'd been justified. He said, no, the kid is a young kid. You know, let's go back. Where did he get that gun from? That gun cost over $2,000. I've seen it before. He's in a store trying to stick up somebody for $50 or $25 or something like that. People are putting those things in these kids' hands. They don't know any better. And if you notice at the end, the policeman said that the kid kept saying, "I'm 14. I'm a kid. I'm a kid." They've told him that he's a kid and they can't do too much with him. They lock him up. They got to let him out. That serves two purposes. Number one, they let him out so he can get back out and kill somebody else. Number two, he says, Kim Fox and the other guys, they're not doing what they can do. They can't do anything if the laws are not there to do it. You should have an orderly home for these guys, these kids, and put them in there. Mama and daddy, you should take some responsibility for this. Because if the kid had pulled his gun and tried to shoot this officer, he should have shot him dead, kid or no kid. But he took the liberty of saying, "Hey, this is a kid. I'm going to do the best I can." That's the way it's supposed to be, y'all. Okay, we're back. So I got my rants out of the way, okay? I've been ranting, and I'm going to continue to do that. Like I said, it's so comfortable doing the show from here than it is going to the studio. Yeah, I kind of like this. I do. I kind of like this. But I got to give you an update on the lawsuit that was filed. But don't forget don't forget what I do. Most of you all know that I'm the co-chairman of Infinite Scholars. And around the country, we have about 29 cities that we service. And we give away scholarships. I mean, scholarships. Chicago, we've given away somewhere around $112 million since I've been in there as the director in scholarship office to kids. And we do it every year. We work with the Chicago Public Schools and work with the Chicago Teachers Union. That's one time they come together. And we have a fair every year, and it's been very, very successful. And I want you all to support us on that. This is one of the ways we can keep our kids from going out there getting shot up and killed. I always say the only thing, we don't want no bullet going in their head. We want knowledge going in their heads. These kids are smart. But if you catch a kid 11, 12 years old and stick a gun in his hand, what the hell do you expect? Give him time to go over there and rob these people and take their car. There are people behind this, folks. You got gangbangers behind it, and you got people above the gangbangers that's doing this stuff. I know this for a fact. Okay? So you got to work with us on this. Work with us on this, and we also have our golf outing coming up, and it was very successful. Golf outing is to raise money for scholarships. What I do, like the money that we give out to kids in Infinite Scholars is that it is for kids from, juniors and seniors and kids in high school. But there are kids in college that need help too. And what we do, I started a golf outing. It's in the name and honored my best friend, one of my best friends, Mr. Alonzo Hill Memorial. And we raise money and we give money to students that's already in college that may need some help. We gave it to two students last year, one here in Chicago that wrote a nice essay and got a nice big chunk of money to help her out. And not only that, she was one of the people, one of our sponsors who was at the golf outing, brought her in as a intern. you know, to work in his business. And then we had the young man in New York. We gave him, he also won money. He's in college already. So your kid that's in college already, you know, be ready and be prepared. You know, just send that in. Depends on how much money we raise. I'd love to give 15, 30, 40 kids, you know, scholarships. And we can do that with your help. But it's going to be August 27th this year on a Saturday. Put that on your calendar. The golf outing is going to be August 27th. We're going to do something a little different too this year. We're going to go for, normally people have a scramble, and it'd be 4-man, 4-woman scramble. What we did last year, we not only had first place for the men, we also had first place for women, because women, like I told you, I love women, and women play golf too. Yeah, I mean, they play golf. So this year we're going to have, it's a 4-man and 4-woman scramble. But this year we're going to have a 2-person scramble. Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and we're going to have a concert right after that, right at the place. It's going to be in Glenwood, Illinois. Give you more information on that as we go. Okay? So, don't want to take a lot of time on that. What I want to do now is talk to you about the lawsuit that I filed. I just filed a lawsuit. Just, hey, let me try to get some money. No, I filed a lawsuit because I saw these people stealing. And I say stealing, and I mean that. Because we're talking multi-million dollars. I'm not talking about a few $1,000s. This is what they were taking from us illegally. It's illegal to take money from a retiree in the state of Illinois. It's only about 4 states in the country that have this constitutional article. And they went into Springfield and passed some bill with the help of the union and with the help of the union lawyers and with the help of some of the other unions like the CFL, and try to destroy our pension. I'm going to tell you, I got so much information till it's just boiling out of me, and I can't do it right now until we got take care of all the business we got to take care of as far as this lawsuit's concerned. But I didn't like the idea of other unions coming in, telling our union people, and I was retired at the time, but telling our union people, go down and do it, give up, because you got to give up something, you know. And when I came by and told these guys, this big old dude was about 6'6" or 6'7", he's a union rep. I told him back then, I said, man, you guys are way off base. He told me, well, you know, you retirees got to pay something too, Mr. Williams. I said, dude, we paid already. We're the reason why you have a pension in the first place. Why you gonna come back and you gonna let them do this to you, tell you you're gonna attack your retiree? This guy was a clown, so I didn't spend a lot of time with him. But anyway, when I found out what they were doing, I went and told them, you know, you can't do that. Yeah, well, we don't want to hear that. Okay, I filed a lawsuit. And they fought me on it and at the circuit court. And then we went to the appellate court. Appellate court ruled in my favor, said, hey, no. They were saying that we were part of the union and the union sold us out too. I said, no, we're not part of the union. Once you retire, you're not part of the union anymore. The appellate court said, Mr. Williams is right. He's not part of the union. Him and the people. I filed a class action to cover everybody. People tried to get me to just do it for myself. I said, no, I could, but I wasn't broke. I said, I'm going to file it for everybody. And they wanted to push it to the Supreme Court. Okay, so we went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled in my favor again that Mr. Williams is not covered by the union, so he does have protection from the state. And the state says you cannot take anything away from a pensioner unless you're going to give them something of equal value or better. They can give you nothing. Then they said, well, you know, we're really not taking anything. We're just making him pay his own health care. No, because when I retired, we didn't have to pay health care. So, you know, I guess you think we're all stupid. If you're going to make me pay health care, that means you're taking money from me. But anyway, the Supreme Court ruled in my favor. So they sent it back down to the circuit court and told me, now that was them saying I didn't have a right to file. Supreme Court said, yes, he does have a right to file. Okay, that took 10 years because CTA drug as long as they could because they wanted people to die so they don't have to pay it. Just think about it now. We had over 1,800 people that passed away in between the time I filed that lawsuit. It's been about 12 years now. And they knew that they were playing this game. Drag it as long as you can. Fortunately, the judge at the circuit court moved up to some other position. They put a judge in. That judge came in and said he's not going to tolerate any more of this delay. He said, get your act together, whatever, and bring it to me. They did. This judge ruled 100% in the favor of Jerry Williams on that lawsuit. Okay? Now, what's happening right now is that we have to go. He told them, this is what the judge said, between April 26th through April 28th, get together what you owe, how you owe, because you owe. Now that's what we'll be doing. I'll be there. They've already asked me to come. I'll be there. And what I've asked for in that lawsuit is, first of all, give us all our money back. Give us all the money that our money made, that you made off of our money. I want to make sure every person that was covered under that lawsuit that passed away, the money go to their estate, to their family. And we'll try to family that family. But this is what I'm asking for you, so you all to know. I'm asking for that, and I'm asking for a little more. Stop taking the money out, and abide by the law. Because they knew that they were violating the law. When I say they, I'm talking about the pension board, the people at CTA, and the people downstate. When I found out that they were doing this back over 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I went straight to Mike Madigan because I know him. And I said, Mike, what in the world is going on? Why are you guys coming with this bill? He says, Jerry, I agree with you. It should not be happening. He said, but your union came down and they requested it. I said, what do you mean? I talked to the union leaders. And at that time it was Rick Harris and Darrell Jefferson. I said, I talked to the union leaders, and they said they didn't have nothing to do with it. He said, I tell you what you do. You go to the Secretary of State's office. Ask for a memorandum of understanding on this bill. I did. I looked on the memorandum of understanding. Whose name was on there agreeing to this? Rick Harris and Darrell Jefferson. So the union not only knew about it, they were part of it. But fortunately, the pensioners were not in the union. So we escaped. But look what they did to their members. And the main thing is this, members. I still believe that you should have, the court should have ruled in your favor. I do believe that the court should rule in your favor because the union didn't have a right to change your pension unless you said okay. Okay? And if my memory served me correctly, I don't think you all voted for this contract, which means you didn't say okay. I think they just went down there and wrote up a contract and brought it back to you and said, hey, here it is. You had a right to file. Now, I don't know if it's too late for you to do anything about that. I couldn't fight for you because I was retired. I did fight for you, for the retirees. I even tried to help actives at that time when I first went in. But we knew that the best thing for us to do is fight for the retirees. We gave you all ammunition. The lawyers that I use, I gave them to you, everything, And when the Supreme Court ruled against the actives, nobody took it upon themselves to move further. I couldn't do it because I wasn't active. But all that aside, there's a lot more. This is just the surface. That's scratching the surface, what I'm telling you. When I get through telling you and showing you on paper, because I don't like to just say things. When I say things and people that know me, I'm going to show you where it is and where you can go find it yourself. Your socks are going to be knocked off. Your socks are going to be knocked off. And I'm going to let you know Not because I hate anybody or anything like that, but I know you should have the knowledge, and then you'll know what to do from there. But anyway, for those who are covered, and it's quite a few, this is where we are. We're going to be talking with the judge, talking with the CTA, we're talking with the pension office, and our attorneys, the attorneys, April 26th through the 28th. Now, the CTA tried to drag it again. I got something for that. We're not going to play that game anymore. Okay? I got something for that. One of the things I did, because I knew how they were, I was on the lawsuit alone by myself. And they kept dragging and kept dragging. I said, you know what? I went out and talked with my attorneys and went and got a couple more people, even though I already filed a lawsuit, to come on physically and file a lawsuit with me. Because if I kicked the bucket, if I passed away, then these guys could continue the lawsuit. Shock CTA. But that's what we did. That's what I did. And I got two very, very reputable guys to do that. Mr. Cook and Mr. Whitehead. Mr. Cook is not in good shape right now, but you all pray for him. He him and his son. But Larry is there. So that's where we are, folks. And it's about time we wrap this thing up. And we're not playing any games, okay? We didn't go this long to allow them to try to go further with their appeals and all that garbage. So anyway, looking to wrap this thing up this year, this spring, hopefully. And if we do, and we get everything settled, they have everybody's information as far as who you are, where you live, your address and all that. And if you don't, you'll be reaching out to my attorney and letting them know where you do live. Now, the attorney sent letters out to everybody, and a couple of years ago, and made sure everybody had their address and everything on there, and also told people that it's about 6,000 retirees, and told people that if you moved anything, let them know. And if you decide you don't want to participate in the lawsuit, let them know. Believe this, there were a couple people that sent back, well, I don't want to participate. I'm like, well, give theirs to charity then. Out of 6,000 people, you had 2 numbnuts. And I do say numbnuts. That said, but anyway, that's where we are, folks. And if you got questions, what you do is send your email to talklabor@gmail.com, and I'll try to get a lot of them. So I'll try to, answer as many as I can. Okay? All right, so we're going to do this, folks. I think it's been a great day, and let's do this. I want you to take a look at my guys. These guys I love. They put on a show. I like to have stuff at the end to make you feel good. Anyway, we're going to see you again next week. This is Jerry Williams. Not next week. We're going to see you again real soon. This is Jerry Williams, okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Girl don't like what she sees. She covered up with eyeshadow and mascara. Hide her natural qualities, but I'm so shadow and roses. Third words, roots and number quality. Quality, oh, 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 oh. Quality, yeah, 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 yeah. Quality, first bag and roll. All the junk you want to my friends, and where you going? You may not come to the rubber dub dance. Sing for music, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, wonderful like you're ready to dance. Oh, wonderful like you're always so fast. Shaking down cheese and trying and toast. And what you gotta know, you gotta know. Very good words. Jack, oh, roots in a good quality. Quality. Roots in a good quality. Very good, we got quality. Take it to the end. That's right. I think I don't hold that every time, but read. Everybody want to find out. Reggae music, there's no music like reggae. For real. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to switch the mood now. A change, a change. Even when there no one singing. But oh, a cheer is not a house. And a house is not a home where there's no one there to hold you tight, and no one there you can good night. I'm going a room instead of rooms. Even when there's nothing there when you ain't giving up. But a room is not a house, and a house is not a home where the two of us are far apart, and what it was never broke. I tell you about reggae music, but they can't switch it. But I want to hear some more. I can't hear. You want to hear some more? This man just say I can't have them girls. What the matter is, you don't share, you don't share. I don't share. I'm sorry about that, brother. But I'm going to tell her one more thing. I'm going to touch her, I'm just going to tell her. Darling, have a heart. Don't let one mistake keep us apart.